Whoa! Hey, everybody! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I've got my sounds back. Oh, it feels good. My arm is complete again! Yeah! Oh, it feels good. That's what I'm talking about. Hello, all. How are you all doing out there? It's me. Couple of bonks for good measure. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining for this very special episode of Talkin' Pirates. You know what I'm saying? And it's me, best guy ever. They call me BGE. And hey, we're talking about there's no One Piece chapter this week, but there is some of those fancy little bonus memes that that Shonen Jump was publishing of like what do you call it? Of like unfinished works, sketches, you know, work in progress stuff. So yes, order in the court, order in the domicile.
We took a bite of gum gum.
And you know what? I guess let's just go right over, shall we? Let's switch right over. Here we go. Whoa! And let's immediately. Let me make this full screen. Let's get the vote going, shall we? Let me pull this thing up. Why not? Yeah, hey, why not? Everyone loves gambling, right? So this week, all right, Goda has been on a winning streak. In fact, okay, let me pull this back up. All right, check it out. Last week, oh my goodness, Goda surged ahead. We'll tell you about what the road to Laugh Tale is. Well, I guess I should have told before going to this. Okay, no, real quick. So this week, there was no One Piece chapter. As we all know, there is a 4-week break as Oda copes and seethes his way. I think he had like a canceled trip to the fucking Netflix thing in South Africa. I don't know. That sounds too bad. I didn't really hear anything about it. Was there new information? Let's all be the judge of that as we read through. I mean, there was definitely new information in the form of sketches that we haven't seen before. Yeah, so it did come out. At least this is, as you can see, this is volume 1 of, I mean, I wonder if they're going to stretch it out for all 4, or if they're just going to let it, you know, kind of, they'll condense it, because this one felt a bit thin. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie. There wasn't a ton there. Sketches are cool. It kind of summarized some information, you know. 4-week break from Jinbei. Oh no. Who's gonna steer us to victory? Haha. Yeah, so this is volume 1. There's gonna be 4 of them apparently, and we just need to get right back into it. And I'm back, baby. I am back. This is I've got my soundboard.
We took a bite of gum gum.
I'm back. All right, now what are we talking about? This chapter. Oh yes, right. So Road to Laugh Tale, Volume 1. You know what we have to ask. We have to ask: is it Goda or is it Hakta? All right. Okay, so Goda's been on a winning streak. I think for 3 straight chapters. In fact, I don't even know if Hakta's won one of these polls yet. I don't know. But this, as we've said, this is not normal situation here. This is an unusual one. So I'm just saying the odds for Hakta are feeling better than they have recently, okay? You know, some of those votes were kind of close. You know, there's a lot of Hakta these days, even though we all know there's a good amount of Goda as well. So let's start the prediction right now, shall we? Here we go. Is it Goda or Hakta? And as usual... Now, since this is a different kind of week, should we add any kind of third option, do you think? Obviously not mid, but, oh yeah, it's Goda because there's no chapter.
Easy money!
We did it, boys. We did it. Okay, we'll just go with the usual, right? You must provide... No, I don't want to, though. I don't want to. Okay, there you go. Start prediction, and we'll give it the usual 30 minutes. People can vote as we go. Boom, there it is. Noda. Yeah, I guess that would work. All right, there you go, everybody. Feel free to start your voting. Stop the count and start the cope, because we're getting to the Road to Laugh Tale. And I was a little bit undecided on if we were going to talk about SBS stuff. It depends how long this is going to go. If this is anywhere even like kind of approaching like an hour, I'll probably just call it with that, you know, because I've got stuff to do, you know, as do you. And I kind of like the idea of like of cutting it up cleanly into SBS episodes, normal chapter episodes, and then this one is just like kind of a, you know, it's like a one-time thing sort of, or like a, you know, a 4 week thing. And I really hope they don't stretch it out all the way. Just for my personal benefit, I would rather do some SBS stuff on that episode. Oh, so we do have some Hacktas voting in the chat here. I see some 2s there. All right, anyway. So let's just read it, shall we? Let's do it. You don't have stuff to do? Well, forgive me. Yeah, the other reason is, yeah, like I said, I like to divide it up cleanly between Hackta, not Hackta and Goda, between like what am I gonna title this if I do SBS stuff? This is unironically my main concern. It's like I'll call it The Road to Laugh Tale Volume 2 plus SBS blah blah blah. Again, you know, it's not clean, you know, it's not clean. All right, anyway. Let's sojourn out on the road, shall we? Let's see what's going on here. Now, this is a little bit hard to read because like, you kind of got to turn your head to the side to read some of them. So, and a lot of it, again, is kind of repeat information. But let's see what they've got for us, shall we? Okay. One Piece, the romantic seafaring adventure to find the great treasure, is finally nearing its end. So that's already an interesting comment to say right there. So this like nearing its end thing, I mean, again, it's not conclusive proof, but it does. You know, like the editors are putting this together in Shonen Jump. You know, this is published in the magazine instead of normal chapters. It's like, if they're putting that there, it does really seem like they're promoting the idea that this story is wrapping up. So, like, I mean, we're going to talk about some stuff coming up that would be, well, it could speak to this issue of, like, how much is left. But, like, I could really see it realistically as, like, we've got maybe one more arc. Maybe it's adventure, maybe it's not. And then, or maybe not even. Maybe we've got like one arc that goes straight to the end, and it's all kind of, it begins the snowball to the end, you know? Now, again, that could take 5 years. How long did Wano go? Wano started in, what, 2018? Am I wrong? I think it was 4 years. So let's just say it's like a giant ending arc that's like Wano. That's 4 years right there, you know? And we're not even done with Wano yet, technically. So we'll see. Wano started in, was that 2016? Are you shitting me? No. Really? Hang on, I'm going to double check that. Let me see. Wano arc, One Piece. Let's see what the wiki has to say for itself. Wano started in 2018, as I suspected. Who was that telling lies? Fuck you, piece of shit. If you want to be technical, the Yonko saga started with Zoe. Well, if you want to be really technical, the Yonko saga started with Punk Hazard. Or if you want to be even super technical, the Yonko arc started with Alabasta, because that's when we first met Ace. And if you want to be even more technical, it started in Drum Island, motherfucker, because of the hints of Ace, who is a member of Whitebeard's crew. Chapter 1, baby! It all goes back. It began in Chapter 1, obviously. Yeah. It was Chapter 1, kind of, because we know that Oda planned for not even the Shichibukai to be a thing, but for the Yonko to be a thing early on. Man, what would it have been like? Imagine if One Piece was just like a shorter series, and there was no Shichibukai. You know, whatever. There's just Marines. Like, the Shichibukai are just, they're a force that fights for the Marines. They could be removed from the story, and that their purpose could be just served by other Marines, enforcing the Marines' will or whatever. Or the CP0, I mean, CP in general, whatever. Chapter 1 was definitely planned since Chapter 1. I don't know about that one, honestly. I think you might be pulling that out of your ass. Okay, anyway. So whatever, we're getting close to the end, that's it. Right, the Shichibukai have soul. Don't get me wrong, I love the Shichibukai, especially early on. I like Tanjiharu Low Flamingo is probably my favorite one. I think he says that. I'm the Joker, baby. That was my favorite line of his, to be honest.
Bazinga.
Oh God, yes, the power!
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, I love having my soundboard back. Right, we're back, boys. We're back. Okay, anyway, we're laughing, we're sneezing, we're coping, and notice we've got no notes here. And look at good old TCB. Please support the official release. No.
Easy.
Wait, I meant to say.
Shut up, bitch!
Nah, one day I'm gonna buy these volumes. Though, and I guess I probably would buy the official translations, which will have things that I don't like about them. That's why I'm gonna buy the Japanese too, so I can refer back to the source material as I go. Okay, anyway, here we go. Road to Laugh Tale. It's a Warai Banashi, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So, okay, here's our contents. Is that the gun from Chapter 1? Chapter 1, bros. I remember that was like very early on in One Piece. In fact, maybe that's still there. Like every like volume that you buy, the like table of contents has this at the bottom. That could be, you know. I don't know. Let's get some ones. Chapter 1 for sure. The New World wasn't even a thing, with the Grand Line being the final stretch of the story. Yeah, that's probably true. Well, it kind of depends, because like that was 100 chapters in, they finally got to the Grand Line. I mean, you could easily see, Dogstorm and Zolo are my two favorite characters for sure. Like 100 chapters in, he might have already been like, okay, this is going longer than I thought it was going to, and he had already introduced the Shichibukai with Jinbei's mention back in Arlong Park. So like, I'm just saying, by then he might have already had plans for like a first half and a second half. But then, I mean, 100 chapters is a far cry from the, I guess, around 500 chapters when he started the time skip. I don't know. Anyway, and there's a little bit of that like soft, not retconny stuff, but like that backfilling, I think, that you do when you like that Bakuman page where they like expand canonicity as things go backward, or that they add to details that were added without much detail initially, that One Piece was like built on massively. Mihawk too, obviously, right? Shit, what was I saying? Whatever. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just move on. Here's Based Boy Roger looking good. Probably thought maybe it'll be a bit more than 5 years, then probably less than 10, though. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so he's gonna die. This might be the last time we'll ever meet Whitebeard. Okay, so there's a lot of Roger talk here, a lot of flashbacks. Obviously, it's all flashbacks. It's all recap stuff. And we'll look for the clarifications and the new information, right? So this is kind of, I did enjoy just reading through this, see all the information presented in one place, because I think a lot of us can get confused on the details, including me. Like, I forget which type of poneglyph is exactly what. How many are there? We've had to go look up this stuff in wikis as we're reading through, for episodes of Talking Pirates and whatnot over the years. So, okay, here we go. What was it called? One Piece Next. Deciphering the future of One Piece. Okay, the Great Pirate Era started with the final words of the King of the Pirates, the man who had obtained everything the world has to offer. Now, countless brave warriors are vying for his throne. And Roger laughed. Right, okay. So, 25 years have passed since Goldie Roger conquered the Grand Line. Okay, so we got flashbacks here. In fact, how am I supposed to read this? Okay, no, so there's like a timeline. This isn't the timeline. This is just like a highlight of bits. So we got Odin, everybody's favorite character in the entire series. There's and I bet I can remember this. There's Binks's Brew, so there's Roger and the gang. We knew that Roger. Oh well, not actually. We didn't know that Roger. We knew that Shanks would sing Binks Sake, because Luffy knew it from Shanks's crew, and it would only make sense that Roger's crew would also sing it. So very based, very world building, and that is, don't tell me, it's the East Blue giant slavery project that God damn it, Tequila Wolf. Why did I look at the chat? I was gonna try to remember it. Yes, okay, but it's Tequila Wolf. Well, of course Usopp knew it. His dad's a pirate, who's also in Shanks's crew. It would make sense that he would know, and blah blah blah. Lots of other people too. Shit, I fucked up. I wanted to remember on my own. Right, so and I mean, I guess Nami sailed around on her own for, again, just for fun to speculate about like how they would have learned. Sanji grew up with Zeph, so he would have been around pirates a long time. Nate said Brooke was in Roger's crew. Is that what it is? No, Ralph, it's fine. I shouldn't have looked, because I expect people to spam answers to questions in the chat. That's on me. Okay, whatever. Let's see. So, I was trying to think how Nami might know. I guess Nami did pal around with pirates, Obviously, there's Arlong. I don't know if Arlong would sing Bing Sake so much. Like, he was a pirate, but, like, fishman pirate, So, like, a different kind of vibe. I don't know, whatever. Still a pirate, I guess. Pal around. Well, she did. She palled around with Luffy, didn't she? And she didn't trust him for a long time until he helped her with stuff. Okay, anyway. Here's Tom, Base Tom, Buggy, Shanks, Roger. Did you build that train of yours? Oh, and they did a high five. Pun. Nice. Pal around Wink. Yeah, that's one way to call what Arlong and the gang did to her. The train that they ran on her. Okay, there's Zoe. Okay, they went to Zoe, blah, blah, blah. King of the Pirates. There he is. There's him being called King of the Pirates. And here's chapter 1. Oh my God, can I get a 1 for chapter 1, please? I know, right? Look at the difference between chapter, 1000 and chapter 1 Roger. It just, just looks very different. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Okay, the birth of the next king, of the next pirate king, is nearly upon us. All right. Whoever wins gets that much close to King of the Pirates. By the way, a lot of the stuff said in this chapter, like, for example, this right here. we can't take it at face value like it's gospel. A lot of it is, this is produced by the editors of One Piece. Maybe Oda had some involvement, maybe not. Like, a lot of this is going to be marketing. So I would say we can't even necessarily trust this line right here. Like, an editor wrote that in. This is not a real chapter of One Piece. This is like a bonus fucking side, whatever the fuck, you know? So just keep that in mind. Not everything can be necessarily treated as true gospel. So I'm just, you know, it's an ad. There you go. Okay, here we go. One Piece Deep. The Way to Laugh Tale. Okay, so here is the timeline of stuff. Retracing Goldie Roger's adventurous course. By going over the legendary life of the Pirate King, we may be able to grasp why he laughed on the final island and what that may mean for events yet to come. Maybe. Oh, so yeah, the Hakta is spiking, you know. Hakta letting the editors run the asylum. That's definitely some Hakta type behavior, I would say. So watch out, go to voters. You've still got time to vote, by the way. Okay, so here we go. Fateful encounter that sparked a legend 77 years ago. Okay, from the present day. Roger laughed at the Mordraid fail theory. He just laughed. Okay, 77 years ago, he was born. Young Roger. Okay, this is a little bit later. When he meets Rayleigh. Okay, there you go. Formation of the Roger Pirates on this day. Okay, so that's, I don't know. He's probably like a teenager here. Cool. Hakta, you're laughing. The editors are doing whatever you want, and you're laughing.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Very, very cringe. Okay.
Bazinga.
Okay, 50 years ago, he gained renown as a rookie. And by the way, 50 years ago, in fact, I wonder if this is in specifically because of the Brook comment that when they met Rayleigh, because we know Brook was trapped on his ship for 50 years until Luffy found him and the gang set him free and whatnot. It would have been 52 years ago, I guess. About 50 years ago. So, like, Brook he was like, maybe there was a name. Maybe there was an old pirate named, a rookie named Roger. Or maybe not. As he was eating those fucking beans in Rayleigh's house. That was a great moment. He's old as fuck. Never forget. Okay. Which is why it makes sense that Brook would be the fucking grandpa of the crew, and that why would Frankie be the grandma? It doesn't make sense. Fuck off. Okay, Hakta is spiking right now. Hakta is spiking! You don't want Brook to do too much talking about the past, you know? Although, yeah, I do want to know more about Brook's backstory, but in a tasteful way, and Oda's probably leaving it open in case he wants to do something with it in the future, you know? Because it's so wide open, you could do anything. Go to boys, hold! Keep holding, boys. Reddit Sephiroth, my favorite commenter. Okay, right, so 39 years ago, at the age of 38, they reached Lodestar Island, and they were like, okay, we found the deal. It started 19 years ago. We landed at Lodestar Island and found out that it's not actually the final island, blah, 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 got to go do stuff. So they learned some stuff on Lodestar Island that I hope that we will get to see one day, and they restarted their adventure. So, in fact, I'll be curious to see, looks like, so just to skip ahead a little bit, so when did they beat the Grand Line? It would have been right after Battle of Edwar from Whitebeard's crew. Okay, so he conquered the Grand Line at age 20, so at age 52, and he got there first at age 38. So that was 14 years. It took him 14 years after he first got to Lodestar Island. They circled back, and I wonder if he was the only one to get to Lodestar Island. I'm going to assume not. It's probably something that the highest level of pirates have been able to get to Lodestar Island, but it was the next level of, you know, getting to Raftel. That was the only thing that that people hadn't done, you know. Right. I mean, I'm saying a lot of laugh tale and stuff here because, like, we're talking about the island. It's plot relevant. It's always going to be Raftel for me, you know. So I just, you know, and also I like to actively make myself keep thinking of it as Raftel. For the sake of anyone hearing me who hasn't heard that spoiler yet, to clarify the name of it, that, like, a feature of the story of One Piece now, and I suppose for a while it's been that way, is that the ambiguity of the Japanese to English translation is a feature of the plot of One Piece, if for no other reason than for the sake of the reveal of the name Laugh Tale. So I am going to continue to call it Raftel, one, for that reason, and also for, you know, just because I'm more comfortable with it, you know. But here it's saying Laugh Tale, so whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's true. Joy Boy is also featured in the plot of One Piece, which is too bad. But the laugh tail reveal I like, so I'm going to preserve that one. You know. Hang on, let me take a sip here. Fuck Oda for he laughed. That was a laughed 50 chapter reveal, not something to do 500 chapters before the end. You know, I see what you're saying, but I'm not bothered by that one yet. It's vague enough that it could be anything. So whatever, I still like it. What can I say? Anyway, the first time I read Rafteru, I thought it was laugh-tailed. Okay, that's fine, but see, even in there, you have T-A-I-L tail, and you weren't certain about it. Your lack of certainty that you already put in your comment right there, that was the point. That it was not clarified for fucking 20 years. So yeah, I want to preserve that. That's important. And by the way, over the years, I had seen that theory around. The point is that it was never confirmed. So the ambiguity is a feature, not a bug here. And it's a unique thing that, like, this particular Japanese series that used a word outside of its, you know, like, language, like laugh tail, English words. I just find that really interesting, you know? I find that really, really cool. As an English-speaking person learning Japanese, I don't know, something about that's very interesting. And as I'm spending a lot of time learning Japanese these days, I'm reflecting on how the process of learning this language, I'm noticing of English all these words that mean things that are kind of weird to think about when you think about it. Like, I don't know. You'll see two kanji come together that means, like, I don't know. Oh, here's one. The kanji that I just learned, like, yesterday or something. The kanji for, what is it? It's the word aite, which means partner, like romantic partner, as I understand it. Oh, shit, I can't remember the first kanji. But it's like those two kanji together. On their own, they mean two different. It's something hand, and then when they're together, it's like loving hand or something like that. It's like, oh, I can see how that would lead to partner. Whatever. Language is interesting. Okay, whatever. Let's not focus on that too long. Let's get this wrapped up relatively quickly. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about So, okay, they reach Lodestar Island. They restart the voyage. Okay, there you go. Having realized that Lodestar was not the island, they decide to steadily inch their way towards uncovering the truth. Honestly, man, I would love to see that adventure. That 14 years of Roger and his crew adventure. I mean, I don't want to see it because, let's say they made a prequel to One Piece that is that story. No, I don't want that. It's like, I find that story fascinating to just imagine. And I want it to be preserved in that ambiguity. But it sounds like an incredible adventure. And presumably, like, Buggy and Shanks would join during that time, you know? I actually don't want that story to be told because I actually don't have a lot of... Oda has a bad track record when it comes to, like, filling in information about backstories. Like, when stuff is set up very well, that's great, but, like, this... I don't know, like, hockey. Fucking... Do I have to mention Nika? You know what I mean? I don't want to demystify it. I want to keep it mysterious. Okay, anyway, whatever. So, a year later, the God Valley incident happens when he's 39 years old. He fights side by side with Garp. Check out page 10 to 11 for more details. Okay, will do. Yeah, I don't know why Morgan is a Devilford user. They could have easily just made him a fucking, what do you call it? Ace's story? See, Ace's story, I'm simply uninterested in. Like, we got the interesting part of Ace's story in One Piece. The rest is filler, and I don't care. No, but he's a bird Zoan, but he could have been a mink. A bird mink. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, anyway, so then 10 years after that, he got infected with a terminal disease, an incurable disease. That's too bad. Okay, there's Kinshiki fighting Roger at the big battle of Ed War. Oh, which is right after that, right? It's a year after that at age 50. All right, so this is where he fought the Rocks, and then 10 years, and then he gets a disease as they're searching for stuff. Then Ed War happens. Okay, then at age 51, he meets Whitebeard, because at this point he knows they need, well, in fact, I can't actually remember. Was it that there happened to be a poneglyph there? And, yeah, he caught Ligma, that's the one for sure. Minks are only mammals, though. Okay, that's fine. Is that true? I mean, that sounds like that might be true. Yeah, okay. If so, that's not a problem. In fact, maybe he had a plan, you know, to make him a mink, and then was like, oh shit, wait, they're only mammals. I don't know, just speculating. Anyway. So okay, I forget exactly the detail, but like he found out that Odin could read the poneglyphs, and he's like, "Give me that shit, Whitebeard. You don't care about this. Let me borrow Odin." You see, he's the most important character. He's funnier than any character we've ever had. He's the key to all of this. You know, it's like poetry. It rhymes. That's good stuff. So he takes him for a year, whatever. The last thing he'll ever ask. Okay, there you go. So he was adamant about recruiting Odin, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there you go. As the samurai could read the ancient characters. Right, because the Wano is the most important island. Every other island is a piece of shit and sucks, and who cares? There you go. I love Odin. Let's all worship Odin, please. Let's all say we love Odin. Can we get an O in the chat because we love Odin so much? I just love Odin. I see Odin on screen, and I clap. I clap because I love Odin. Yes, thank you. I love Japan, period. Wait. Slow it down, everybody.
I love Japan, period.
There we go.
Isn't it beautiful, boys? The ancient land
That's
of
the
Japan.
one.
This book.
Hacta stocks are spiking.
What were they thinking with this shitload of fuck?
There you go. All right. Okay, anyway, so collect all 4 load poneglyphs. I got a fat load poneglyph for you. Okay, there you go. We're going to gather all 4 of them. All right. Farewell tour of the lifelong adventure. Sky Island, Water 7, Fishman Island, and Zo. With Odin in tow, he uncovered the secrets of the past and prepared for his last journey. Okay, so the man's dying right now, but he's still in top shape. I guess he can still fight. I hereby guide this document to its end. Right, so it was at this point that they went on their tour, and once he had Odin in the crew, that's when they wrote on the poneglyphs. Silly kanji. Okay, so 25 years ago at age 52, he successfully conquered the Grand Line, named the final island Laugh Tale, disbanded the Roger Pirates. Okay, there you go. The birth of the pirate followed by the death of his crew. Okay, Joy Boy. Ha ha ha, wish I'd been born in your time. Ha ha ha, what a treasure. A tale full of laughs. Say that gives me an idea. We're the first people to reach this final island. Let's call it Laugh Tale. Okay, there you go. There you go. A final drink with... So it was after this point, after leaving his crew. Okay. My name's Goldie, Roger. They call me the Pirate King now that I found fucking the place, but it's Goldie. What is this D thing? And so this is the point where he told Whitebeard what the D was about. Okay, so he knows. They know. I mean, they've been calling it the Road Poneglyph for a long time. In fact, the translators, the TCB guys, they get to that at the end. So we'll go back to this. Yeah, who the fuck is Goldie Roger? I know Gold D Roger. Okay, there you go. The man who lived the same era as him. Okay, blah, blah, blah. There you go. All right, so he's dead, and now they're friends. He tells him about the D because he's got nothing left to prove. He's the Pirate King now. Cool. Hey, ever notice this? Ever notice this? So this is Roger. Okay, I'm blowing this thing wide open right here. Okay, you ready for this? All right, okay, shit, gotta scroll back up. Observe Roger sitting here, all right? Okay, this is new Roger. This is new Roger. New Roger, for whatever reason, never puts his goddamn arms through his sleeves, all right? Thank you, what's that say? Julius01. Thanks, buddy.
Easy money!
Get ready. Hacta is spiking. New Roger never puts his arms through his fucking sleeves. It never happens. In the last, 10 years. All right. Before that, you can see Roger right here. And this is Roger canonically afterward. His arms are through his sleeves, and he's wearing his hat. For whatever reason, Oda has, changed the way that he wants Roger to look now. And also, Roger looks like a normal human man here. I gotta pull it up. I gotta pull up Roger... One Piece. He is the beef. Okay, here it is. Here it is. You gotta see this shit. Just this is how Oda draws Roger now. Boom. This one right here. Okay, this is the anime, but whatever. God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay, there you go. There it is. That's old Roger. Okay. And this is as we're transitioning into new Roger. You know, it's happening live on screen here. And he does kind of make him look more like Ace. Okay, here you go. This is him. This is what he looks like. He's wide as fuck. He's become Chadger. Okay. All right. Anyway, Hacta, you've really done it this time. Okay. And let me go back to this thing. There we go. Okay, but that's the thing. It's true. He doesn't have his arms through his sleeves. This is a rare exception. Right. Where the fuck did it go? Did I lose it? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. We were just looking at it a second ago. It's true. When he was on that cover with Whitebeard, he didn't have his arms through his sleeves there. That was like the one time in the old days, right? You get one. You get one. And that began the saga of him no longer putting his arms through his sleeves ever again until here. All right, I'm glad we called Oda out. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. All right, now let me go back to 100% zoom. There we go. There we go. Okay. Here we go. 24 years ago, he surrenders himself to the Navy, executed in Logtown, East Blue. Man, this is making me think, what an adventure One Piece was, man. Fucking, yeah, One Piece is definitely ruined by that. Go to 11. It's the best thing about One Piece. I think the best thing about One Piece. Did I say was? I didn't even really mean to say was. I would only say was in the sense that, you know, look, One Piece was great. With every mystery comes answers, and a lot of the times those answers don't live up to just your imagination, and that's okay. And One Piece is such a big brain world. It's like, you know, everything that we dream up is like all the theories and everything is going to be crazier than whatever in theory could actually be put to print. So I don't even blame Oda. It's not even bad, but it's like the what we imagined, what we dreamed up about, you know, how Roger accomplished his goal, how Luffy's gonna follow him. It was fun to dream, and we did get answers, and the answers have been not like, I don't know, they've been good and mostly satisfying. They're like, the hackery has kind of been outside those bounds. It's been like plot stuff with like fucking Nika stuff, you know. I'm not even saying that we're collectively better writers than Oda, but Oda has made some missteps, like the Nika stuff, and also having Roger put his arms not through his fucking coat sleeves. Examples of your dreams? Well, okay, here's one that I've thought about for a long time. Since like I first read One Piece, right, and they like got to the Grand Line, a lot of us have said there needs to be a very, very good reason for why people have not just like searched the end of the Grand Line, the end of the New World as we now know it, for you know, Raftel. Like, and there were some answers initially. It's like there's lots of Sea Kings, and as power levels have spiked and things like Sea Kings have become less and less of a problem, that becomes, and like, I don't know, there are solutions that exist now to problems like not being able to know where to go on the Grand Line. It still is a major issue, you know, it's true. But, like, I don't know, Eneru could fly. Like, as soon as Eneru had a flying machine, people were like, what, he could fly? I mean, he went to the moon and it blew up, so that was Oda covering his bets. That was okay. But, like, the 5 legendary flying things. And Kinshiki could, like, fly his stuff over there. He could have searched for him. And the Kinshiki thing, I think, is maybe the best example, because Kinshiki had a plan, right? Kinshiki had a plan for, I believe it was 20 years. He was working on his extremely convoluted, dumb plan to, like, produce a chemical that would make things stronger and, like, evolve, you know, from Strong World or whatever, which was pretty strange. Luffy can now fly a little bit, it's true. There's a lot of, don't make me pull up the chart of all our 5 legendary flying guys, and even the ones who can effectively fly, you know? The point being, there needs to be a really good reason why, and I do think Oda, if he brings up that, like, oh, the sea currents are so crazy past this point of the Grand Line, past, like, Lodestar Island or whatever, like, no one could like, survive out here for long. That's fine. I'm going to be thinking about why didn't, okay, again, with a 20-year plan like Kinshiki had, with the flying devil fruit, he can make flying fortresses. Why didn't he just sail fleets of ships, his entire crew, over the entire end of like where Raftel would be at the end of the Grand Line for like for 20 years? He had the time. And that space isn't that huge, you know? Like, he was in a good position to do that if he wanted to, you know? And I think this is a real question, you know? We don't know that Raftel is at the end of the Grand Line. What is this? What is this idea that, I don't know if you're the one who said this in, like, the Talking Pirates Discord. Why are people debating this thing about, like, Raftel is not at the end of the Grand Line? It is at the end of the Grand Line, and everyone knows it. Like, I guess I can't remember offhand exactly the source material where it was, but, like, hasn't that been established since, like, the beginning of the Grand Line, right? Okay, Lodestar is at the end. No one said it was at the end. Huh. Okay. Okay, maybe I need to reevaluate that then. Maybe there is something to be said that Lodestar is at the end. It wasn't said it was at the end. You guys all seem very certain about this, though. Yeah, I mean, we know that obviously the that it's that the fucking that Laugh-Tail. I'm now getting confused in my mind. It's at the, like, you need the road poneglyphs to find it. They said that Lodestar was at the, okay. I guess I'll have to go check that out. In fact, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna go reread that in a little bit later on. Hang on, let me write this down. Okay, so Mink said Lodestar was at the end. See, it was my understanding, and I could have been wrong about this, was that it was that the Lodestar was the last island that you can get to on the Grand Line. Maybe we should go read this right now. It's the last one you can get to using the what are they called? Using the fucking God, what's it called? What does Nami wear in her wrist again? Shit, I fucking forget. Don't tell me. I'm not gonna look. I know this. Oh, why is it? Log pose. Got it. And it was my understanding that after that, in the Grand Line, it just, I guess it wasn't confirmed, but after that, in like that space beyond where the thing is, it's likely that is where Raftel is. Okay, I'm correct. Okay, great. I agree. It is theoretically possible. I don't really know for sure. But we used the log pose one time to go to Punk Hazard. That was the one time it was used, I believe. Am I wrong? No, that's right. Or was it the island that they first saw there? Crocus calls Raftel the last island of the Grand Line, and he went there? Okay, that sounds pretty good. That sounds like a pretty good reason to me, right? Okay, see, why was there like 10 people in the chat here? I think that this theory has like spread around a lot, and not a lot of people have consulted all the source material, because I really think that was discussed many times and confirmed that it's the final island on the Grand Line. And yes, the log pose is the last one that you can reach by the log pose, but there's other stuff, right? Remember that Crocus didn't go to Lodestar? Crocus stayed behind to take care of Buggy, who got sick. Is that true? That might in fact be. What? Are you sure about that? I gotta check that shit out. Did Crocus go to Raftel? Is he not just in that group shot? You guys are talking a bunch of shit right now. Who the fuck is spouting this bullshit? Hang on, I need the shot of the laugh. Okay, the laughter. Roger laughed. Page. I need the whole page, one piece. Hang on. I'm gonna pull this up. Roger laughed, page, one piece. Yeah, come on. Here we go. I bet he is front and center, and you are talking mad shit. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? You guys, who the fuck said that? All right, whoever said that, reevaluate your fucking life. All right, just reevaluate it, because people are talking such shit right now. Who's that guy? Who's that guy right there? Who the fuck is that guy right there? What the fuck, people? Why is there so much bad information being spread on this fucking stream right now? You're right, that's Crocus's twin brother. You're right. God damn it. All right. I'm being distracted with misinformation. All right, what were we talking about? Fake News Morgan is in the chat. There he is. All right, anyway. Okay, all right. All is forgiven. Just do better. That's Brocus, right? His younger brother. Yeah, you're right. Fake news. Shut it down, boys. Okay, what were we talking about? Gold Roger, right. Like the Lodestar is the last island. Okay, I guess we don't know for sure, except I'm like 99% sure that we do in fact know. I just can't remember the exact source right now. I feel very comfortable saying it's the last island in the Grand Line. That's kind of the whole point of One Piece. I'll say this. If fucking Raftel is not on the Grand Line, I'm going to riot, because the entire premise of this story, I guess it wouldn't be like the worst thing in the world if it was like hidden somewhere else. Okay, it just should be there, right? It should be there, and we need a good reason for it to be there, right? What if it's under the Grand Line? I don't know. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? Okay, we got Chaos Kiwi dumping the facts and logic. Okay, so you got to use the log pose. No matter which, they become one. The last island of them all is Raftel. It's the last island on the Grand Line, motherfuckers. And now everyone who's talking shit, shut up, bitch. He was there. It's the last island in the Grand Line. End of conversation. We have the facts. We have the logic. Receipts are here. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Chaos Kiwi. Thank you. We got it. Fake news, not today, Morgan. Not today. Crocus meant it symbolically. He's like, well, if you think about it, actually, you have to go to Lodestar, and then you do this big, like, quest, and you, like, look around, and you, like, search for it, and then you have to go to, like, the West Blue, and by that, you go to the South Blue, and, like, if you think about it, that's kind of, like, metaphorically the last island. Well, Lodestar is the last island that you can get to through the log pose. And then from there, you needed secret information, you needed the poneglyphs. This is really not that complicated, you know? But, hey, that's the case. I hope it's been clarified now. Okay. Anyway, so he surrendered himself. That's a load of crap. Ha 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 ha. Got him. The Garma have Raftel, for sure. Okay, anyway, a final drink of... Okay, blah, 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 blah. Entrusted his child to his comrade in arms, so he told Garp, take care of my baby boy. And then he said those words. My treasure, you can... Okay, executed in Logtown, right. And it is Logtown. I corrected myself since the lecture. My treasure, you can have it if you want it. Go find it. I left all the riches of the world there. All right, there you go. At the end, he used the dying embers of his life to spark a great blaze that would engulf the entire world. Oh, man. See, that's the good stuff right there. All the good stuff there was there literally from Chapter 1. Although, you know, hey, you know, maybe Oda didn't plan for Roger, like, to be dying. You know, that was never stated. That was clarified as the story went on. You know, it doesn't really matter either way. I'm just trying to remember now. When did we learn that Roger had a deadly disease? Was that when we met Rayleigh? It might have been Rayleigh. And I don't think Roger ever said One Piece. I do not believe that he did. I believe other people called it that. It was with Rayleigh. Yeah, that sounds right. So I think he probably didn't plan it. But I mean, you know, the fact that he did in the dub, right? Thanks, dub. You know. His name solo, he's just like a samurai. So, whatever. You know, hey, whatever, man. Some of the things I don't love that Oda came up with later that were like retroactively added into the series. However, that explanation of Roger having a deadly illness that was going to kill him, and so he chooses to convert the fading embers of his life. It's like that metaphor. It's exactly like what like All for One did in that one really cool United States of Smash. That is a good visual metaphor for what Roger did with the fading embers of his life. He used the last bit of his One for All and did a big old United States puncherino on that guy with no face, and that was pretty cool. The illness, even as a retcon, fits really well. And see, here's the thing. This is the thing. That might technically... Well, it is a... You know what? I don't want to be overly vague with the word retcon. All retcon is retroactive continuity. I think that it does technically count as a retcon, but like something like finding out that Luffy had his brother Ace is also a retcon. Now, does that contradict lore? No, it doesn't. It just, you know, is like conveniently something that wasn't mentioned before so that it could be added later. You know, that's okay. And then the second brother is also, it's like, oh, you know, actually that's a good comparison. The first one, finding out he has a brother the first time, it's a little bit of a retcon. It's retroactive continuity, something we saw Luffy when he was a child. There like was no hint of a family really. And then we later on meet Ace, and it's like, oh, he had a brother. Okay, but like that one's pretty forgivable. The Sabo one is like, whoa. He had another secret brother? See, technically, those are both retcons, and neither technically contradict any lore. It's just that one is far more forgivable than the second, because the second is like fucking, you know, a multiplicative ask of our credulity as readers, you know. But anyway, yeah, we're all on the subject there. Retroactive contribution. I mean, hey, it's not that far off, you know. Sabo is very funny. Okay, so here we're talking about The unresolved mysteries of Roger. Many questions about the life of the Pirate King remain unanswered. Here are just a few examples. Yeah, he went and he pumped and dumped Portgas de Rouge. I mean, yeah, well, Ace is definitely teased as early as Drum Kingdom, but don't forget, those are early days. That's like, well, I mean, that's not even that early. That's like, you say early days, that's chapter like 130 or something, is like when Drum Island happens. So that's a pretty good ways into a manga, you know. Most manga don't get anywhere near that long. But again, it doesn't really matter. And I really like Ace in many ways in the story. So that's fine. 2 years in the womb, my man. Sabo was a bit of an insult. It's true. Oh God. Okay, Civic. Look, not to be mean, but I'm hearing a bunch of unfortunately credulous takes from you, and I want to help you because you're like, didn't Sabo get foreshadowed by Ace's tattoo? The legendary Ace tattoo. Look, you know, to be, I legit don't know. Okay, let me just explain it in a fair-minded way. Yes. Okay. As the series now stands, what we have been informed is that, well, in fact, it hasn't even been, well, it was clarified by that one cover spread where we see if Sabo was alive with Ace and Luffy, he wouldn't have the S. He would just say ACE on his arm and his tattoo. Okay, what actually happened was that Oda was writing One Piece. He came up with Ace. That character, he was like, I'll give him a gag. He has a mistaken tattoo, ASCE or ACSE, I think, with the X, with the C, or sorry, with the ASCE, S crossed out. And at the time, all right, that is a hard retcon. That is a hard retcon because it does contradict things. Because we know that Sabo didn't exist from the beginning. Because it's just obvious Sabo was not planned from the start. Therefore, when that S tattoo was done, it had a different meaning. And that meaning objectively was that, like, there was a mistake to his tattoo. There was just a mistake, and it's funny. It added a certain dimension to Ace's character that he would get like a haphazard crossed out S tattoo. It was a joke. It was a joke, without question. And the swastika, well, the manji tattoo. Man, you ever zoom in on like Japan on Google Maps? The manji is everywhere. It's just a symbol of Buddhist temple. It's like everywhere in Japan because it's fucking Buddhist. Okay, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Because Ace was a bit of a goofy character early on, and now, years and years and years later, Oda. Here's what definitely happened. No, it's okay, Civic. Don't worry about it. I just you know, some people like to false flag. You seem very sincere. You know, some people like to act dumb on purpose, and I'm not even saying you're dumb. You know, you made I made some buildings in Minecraft recently with Torii gates and manjis. Hey, that's cool, man. I mean, they're a fucking cool ass symbol. What was I saying? Oh, all right. So it's like what annoys me is when people do the whole chapter 1 shtick. And people in the Talking Pirates Discord argue with me about this stuff. They're like, no, Ace was planned from chapter 1. Okay, it's like a multi-step process. They are just looking at the surface level details and saying like, S crossed out, Sabo exists, it was planned from chapter 1. They're not looking at what actually happened in the details of the events as they unfolded, which was Sabo did not exist, Ace came into existence in the story, he had a tattoo, that crossed out S meant one thing, and then later on, what Oda did is, I need to bring up that Bakuman page. I need to reference it every day of my life because it explains everything. It's like this little unfortunate intellectual game people play. Yeah, Ace was planned from chapter 2 and Sabo from chapter 3, baby. That's for sure. Yeah, Nika was planned from chapter 1 because the smile sound effect. Right. Takuto, did you think that they were biological brothers in your first read? Takuto asked me about Ace. I absolutely did, because they said brothers, and I had no reason to think otherwise. So, yeah, I didn't question it. I just assumed that they were, in fact, biological brothers. And frankly, I was a little disappointed when they weren't. You know, they look very similar, which, I mean, again, they're anime boys. I don't know, similar kind of build. Ace is, like, a little taller. Ace has freckles, but, I don't know, like, same hair color, black. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I assumed that they were actually biologically related. If Sabo had been there, I mean, I would have assumed that too if they just said Sabo was there, you know. And then I mean, and you know, there's no contradiction. The S crossed X to me sounds more like Ace gunned down Sabo. Got him, boys. Yeah, this is one of those things, you know, maybe Oda left it wide open. Maybe he already planned for Ace to be Roger's son. I'm a little bit of the belief that Oda came up with the Ace Roger Sun thing a little bit later. Oh, well, actually, I know why I do. The 2 years thing. Why am I even wondering this? Of course it was he wasn't. I think that he probably was biologically related, and he came up with the fucking that he's Roger Sun, because the 2 year thing makes no sense, is terrible writing, and you know what it is. Okay. You know what it is. Oh, that's interesting. I wrote a super chat in Morge's stream asking why he didn't collab with you, and he said he doesn't like doing collabs with people unless he knows them well. Dude, I feel exactly the same way, so I don't blame Morge at all about that. And also, he also told me when I asked him that, like, he didn't want to, you know, like, jump into a stream. I don't think he said at the time with someone he doesn't really know, but, like, 2 hours in, or 1 hour in, 2 pages read. It's a Nate stream, baby. Yeah, Morge was just getting a lot of comments about the, you know, the fucking, about the raid fail stuff, you know. So, yeah, who knows if, like, I was gonna punk him or do something stupid, you know. So I don't blame the guy at all. Now, what I would like to do is develop a rapport. He could see that I'm a pretty thoughtful, reasonable, epic memer, you know. The people like the memes, you know. I hit him with a,
Easy money!
And then he'd be like, okay, I like what this guy's doing. But also, let's not forget, Talking Parts is a very small show, comparatively speaking. Hit him with the old XD. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, and actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys who. I'll tell you this, though. In fact, maybe he'll speak about it one of these days. I have the first guest of Talking Pirates lined up for the 8th. For in 2 weeks. We're going to have our first guest on the show. Okay, how much information do I want to reveal? Yeah, obviously it's PewDiePie. It's someone I like very much. I like their content. I'll just give you this one. It's not someone that I work with all the time, or even have worked with that frequently in the past, but I have worked with them here and there, so that they're not someone totally new I've never worked with before. And that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say for now, you know? You'll see. I'll let you guys speculate, but on the 8th, we got it all planned out. We'll see where it goes. Okay, all right. It's worst guy ever. What can I say? It's the worst guy ever, everybody. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. All right, and you know what? And on the wings of this, I hope to get many more. You know, I hope to get many more people. Okay, reading these pages shows me that Oda is not going to skip anything of this. Well, again, don't forget this. None of this means gospel. That, like, because this is being made by editors. Maybe Oda approved this. Maybe he didn't. We just don't really know. Because again, at the end of the day, the people who have the final say are the editors. It's Brad Garlinghouse. You got me. It's Brad. He's coming back, baby. Yeah. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's move along. So Ace. Okay. We were talking about Rouge, his beloved blade Ace, Roger's go-to weapon during his voyages. He bestowed his name upon his own son. Okay. So they're pointing out this thing that we all noticed before, but he's pointing it out here. Is it cool to name your son after your sword? I don't know.
That's pretty good, right?
It's pretty good, right? Yeah, I'd say it's about pretty good. Takudo, thanks, buddy.
Easy money!
And let me hang on. I can't read that right now. Let me pull up my thing here. See what that shit says. Recent events. Okay, here we go. Okay, this show will reignite your need to chase clout. It will be your George Carlin 90s comeback. My need to chase clout. You mean like I was doing with Gamer Zone, which will be back. It's just I've got a bunch of other stuff that are high priorities. Hey, you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but I was working on a project just before the stream that is popping off, man. I am so fucking stoked about how this one project is coming. I'm working on several things. That one's going to be a bit longer till it comes out, but when it comes out, you're going to be excited. So, you know, someone was dabbing on me. It's been a month since my last video. True, I admit it. And I was away. I wasn't working for the last week or so. But I got a bunch of stuff coming, you know. So I hope people just temper their time expectations appropriately. Okay, let's keep going. Shanks' Tears. Now, okay, here we go. Again, this isn't like new stuff, but it is nice to focus on these things. Do you like making strange little meme videos more than the big ones? I'd say I like them both in different ways. What I like about strange little meme videos is that I can get them done relatively quickly, and that is extremely refreshing for me. And the big ones are long-term commitments, like this one that I've been working on, and I just mentioned. It's ambitious, but I actually really like getting my big ones finally out, and then I can sit back and like just be kind of proud that I got something big out. Like I am still proud of Mikkel. I like to go back and like check at bits of Mikkel, and like I'm like, yeah, my arguments here, I think they're good. And then I watch Mikkel sometimes to remind myself of the points so that I can focus for follow-up projects that will be coming. Because Mikkel was always like the opening act to further stuff that I wanted to do, you know? The more time passes, the more I like Mikkel. You know, I made that video in the hopes that it would be remembered well over time. You know, I put a lot of time into it. So I'm glad to hear that. You know, obviously, there's think about it a lot. Oh, that is such a wonderful, I'm so glad to hear that. That is exactly why I put so much time and effort into crafting that video and going over that script over and trying to condense ideas. The one thing I regret a little bit, and I don't even really regret it that much, because the point of that video was just to present my views on a subject. I could have ended it with something more actionable, and I have learned from that. They'll call you Mikkel Jackson, Nate. I'm glad you liked it. And I got a bunch of stuff coming, you know. I got something I'm really proud of. I'm working on right now. A couple of them, honestly. Okay, anyway. So my patrons out there, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, lads, but I'm working hard and fast. This weekend's going to be a lot of work on video stuff, so bear with me. And hey, and I haven't forgotten about the BG Monthly Cast. I'm kind of finishing up one thing, and then we're getting to that monthly cast. So don't worry about those. They're coming. And I got something juicy planned for the next one. All right, let me see. You seen that Samidare preview video, Nate? I did. And not impressed. Did not look good. But maybe it'll be good despite the fairly unimpressive look to it. One Piece 201, baby. all right. Anyway, okay. We were gonna talk about this, right? We're gonna talk about this. Oh, I was thinking about Mikkel as I was finishing up the Hades epilogue. I never finished the Hades epilogue. I got a little burnt out on the gameplay, but one of these days, have that game under-promised. Oh, probably under-promised and over-delivered because it had so much content. Is that what you mean? I'm very interested in any discussions of this kind of stuff. Okay, anyway, let's actually get to Shanks' tears, because I feel like this panel, right? Okay, this was written. Will there be another One Piece lecture when the story wraps up? I can almost guarantee it. In some format or another, without question. And I plan to make many more things about One Piece in the coming years. But yes, you will get... when One Piece finishes, I will do something for it. Lecture or something. So yes, in whatever way I need to get it done. Okay, so I was just saying about this panel here with Shanks here crying. There's a reason this was put in here, right? And again, it's not gospel, but like someone was saying before, the fact that the specific panels are put here is very interesting. So Shanks is crying here, says, when Roger returned from Laugh Tale, Red Taro, or Shanks, came to me, Retardo came to me, said, based Odin. Fuck that guy. He's a fucking Fed. Odin could, you know what, Odin, wait, I need it.
And there's a guy that's a little bit bait.
He smelled that Fed energy on Shanks from day one. He knew he was a fucking informant. And he said to him,
1776 will commence again. Buzzing.
Okay. So here we go. When Roger returned, Shanks said to him, Retardo said to him, and asked him something, only to shed tears afterwards. And Shanks was still a young boy on Roger's crew, but there seemed to be complex feelings behind his tears. All right, I'm just going to put it out there. We know that crazy stuff is a little bit of stuff is going on with Shanks, meeting the world government, meeting the Tenryubito. The Tenryubito themselves. Something is up with this guy, and I feel like he might have been given a mission by Gold Roger, and it might have been as simple as, like, look over, like, maybe Ace, you know, watch out for my son, like, help the next generation, because Roger knew, like, Poseidon was going to be born in, like, 40 years or whatever, so I feel that I think that Roger gave Shanks a mission. And, I mean, Shanks has basically said this before, like, in not such specific words. I feel that Shanks is like he's a little different than the others. He's pretty serious. He loves to party, I guess, but he does seem to have like a very serious mission. And he's a little bit Whitebeard-esque in that he doesn't seem like he's really gunning to become Pirate King. Feels like he's like guarding something. So I don't know. Something's going on with that. What would you say that, Chikudo? I have to point out that most of this thing is someone who is not Oda and does not know for sure where the story is going. I think this is tantamount to fan fiction until the concept art. That's fair. That's fair. But again, I mean, we can ignore the comments here like this stuff, but this is actual One Piece clipping right here. So I have thought since before that this seemed like a pretty notable, you know, it's Morbin time, whispered Roger to Retardo. Okay, what was Roger's ultimate dream? Because great men still desire. Like a party with the whole world or something, you know? That would make sense? I don't know. Okay, anyway. One Piece Deep, the way to laugh tale. Okay, so let's see if all this information shakes out. Because I read this with some interest. Okay, let me take a sip of water here real quick. Hang on. Maybe he said, give Ace the Nika fruit. Go find this one specific fruit. Man, it's just, you know, the more of that happens, you know, I did read all of this. Most of it we can kind of skim through. The more that we get any idea that, like, Shanks knew about the fucking Nika fruit stuff and, like, was planning something specific with it, that's kind of like the soft, I'm not ready for the Shanks Nika lore. Because, like, here's the thing. It's like the Ace Sabo thing, right? That we talked about before with, like, they're both technically retcons. Excuse me. However, some are better than others, right? So, like, is it possible that Shanks specifically sought out this devil fruit, and maybe he even planned to give it to, like, Ace, because he knew that Ace existed, although, well, did he even, in fact, would he have known that Ace existed? You know, I don't think Shanks knew that Ace existed. That was all, like, in theory. We know he even met Ace that one time. He met Ace. So I think he definitely, I'm going to put it out here. I think he definitely did not know that, at the very least, that Ace was Roger's son. And I think that it's pretty likely beyond that, considering Shanks never showed up at any point in Ace's life, that he didn't even necessarily know that he had a son. I recently had the realization that all the Yonko now are characters conceptualized within the first 200 chapters of One Piece. Is that true? Even Big Mom and Kaido? Because they might have been conceived, but, like, obviously, around chapter, like, what was that, 400, 500, at the end of, around 400, I guess, at the end of Water 7, when Big Mom and Kaido didn't look anything like they look right now. So were they really planned? No. Oh, the current Yonko. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I got you. Which is true. And yeah, Blackbeard's in there too, right? Because we first heard of him when Ace was searching for him. Right. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Let's just keep moving on, shall we? A look into the fat load poneglyphs. See, that's what I'm gonna call them now. Although, and people were looking up, like, load means like a guiding point or something, right? It's like a lodestar is like a point of guidance, whatever, something like that. Good enough. We've been calling them the road poneglyphs for a long time. Although the road poneglyphs, oh yeah, so those are the road or the load now poneglyphs, and then the I don't know if this is real. They're the Rio poneglyphs. God damn it, lodestones. Right. Hiyori is the lodestar. That's for sure. There you go. Okay. So Laugh-Tale, our sole clue to finding. Okay, we use the poneglyphs to find Laugh-Tale. Okay, great. We're gonna find the One Piece. Place where we might find or might not find the One Piece. When did he say this? This looks like post-time skip. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Could also mean river. Yes, indeed it can. In Spanish, I believe it also means river. Okay, here we go. The stones patiently wait to fulfill their purpose. Okay, so we're going over poneglyph lore. So, yep, 800 years ago, the poneglyphs were made in the Void Century. Yep. They're going to guide people somewhere. They can't hurt them no matter what they do. At least 30 stones have been scattered around the globe. So we've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's at least 30 of them, I guess. Although, again, this might not be, this is someone's imagination. This might not technically be accurate. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Guys, Lodestar arc will totally be a 200-chapter arc. We have 5 arcs left. Yeah, that's very exciting. Okay, here's Professor Clover. Why do the people of the past resort to writing on the stone? Okay, so this is just Void Century stuff, right? Okay, that's cool. The Rio Poneglyph stones that hold important information pertaining to the Void Century. Okay, so this is I sometimes forget what the Rio Poneglyphs are about. So let's review. Each of the I think that there's something reasonable about. I don't necessarily love this lore. Well, the Poneglyphs, right? They are made by the stonemasons of the Kozuki clan. We now know that, right? Ryo hockey is a thing now. That we know of in Wano. And also, imbuing hockey. We know that you can imbue hockey into, like, the black blades, right? And it can last. That's now a lore thing. However, notably, the poneglyphs are not black. So I'm just saying that, I don't know, like, it could be, like, soft hockey or something. I don't know, man. Rio hockey, Rio poneglyphs. Oh my fucking god.
Shut up, bitch!
Anyone notice that whenever Nate goes on a long rant, he end it by saying, well, who cares anyway, or it doesn't matter. Like, bro, you care, XD, and that's fine. I appreciate that. It is fine. I really say it as a transition. I should say something else, like, I care about this, and now I'm moving on. Okay. So, okay, each of these, the Rio poneglyphs, have a passage about the forgotten past. By unifying the text of these 9 crucial stones, the true history will be unraveled. Okay, so there are 9 of them, right? This image seemed to confirm, right? This was during Zoe. It seemed to confirm there are 9 Rio poneglyphs, which is fine. And I think that was a soft retcon, or I think it was like a little bit of a retcon of, like, Oda decided it's not going to be one poneglyph, it's going to be several poneglyphs. Because I do believe that it was initially presented as the Rio poneglyph. Again, I would have to double check that anyway, and not a big problem either way. But it seems like it's an adjustment. Well, it was soft confirmed there were 9 in this image, which we first saw when we got to Zoe, when they were talking about the road poneglyphs and the Rio poneglyphs. And, like, the image just had 9 of them. And there were 4 of the, the other things. It might have even been explicitly stated there are 9 of them. I can't remember, but I think it's going off just this image, of which there are 9. So that's frankly good enough for me to not worry about. So then there's the load poneglyphs. These red ones show the route to Raftel. Okay, stones that show the way. Okay, we know this. There's 4 of them. They contain coordinates for other points. And again, the language is a little ambiguous. It might not be a literal cross-section. It might just be, like, you need the 4 in order to point it out. But I do like the X marks the spot gimmick, so that's fun. It will appear in the middle of them. So, okay, whatever. Maybe you just need the location, and it is literally in the middle of them, like an X. That's fine. That's the location of the final island, which has only been reached by the king of the pirates and his crew, Raftel. Okay, there you go. Let me take a drink here. One sec. And it's true, we have not seen the one on Wano, but we're going to talk about that right now. Because actually, I am really glad they clarified this, because I had forgotten some of these poneglyph details. So, let's check it out. In fact, I think this clarifies something that we... In fact, I didn't even think was... I suppose it was clarified, but I hadn't remembered. Okay, whatever. Let's get into it. So, what are these hidden truths chiseled onto the stones? Wano's Kozuki clan, they've been stonemasons. All right, so the Kozukis made it. Right, we know that. They made the poneglyphs. That's good. There's a little samurai man. Good job. And we see them with a hammer. They're etching with hammers, it looks like. In fact, I wonder if... this seems pretty obvious now, but I wonder if it's like a literal joke about kanji. Because that's actually... I mean, kanji come from China originally, obviously, but I don't know. Whatever. After reading ancient manuscripts, the poneglyphs have been found. We discovered the existence of a nation. Right, so there's a certain great kingdom we know that disappeared during the Void Century. That's one of the big things that happened. We don't know which one it is, but that's going to be something. Okay, here we go. The locations of the load poneglyphs, past and present. Okay, so this is interesting. I was very glad. This was edifying for me, because I had just forgotten these details over the years of reading and the dozens and hundreds of chapters. So let's review. 26 years ago when Roger found them. How did he do it? Okay, there's the one on Zoe. Easy. There is Roger successfully made a rubbing of the stone in Big Mom's possession. So Big Mom seemed to have one, right? Even back then on Whole Cake Island. Okay, and maybe she brought it there from elsewhere. She probably did. You know, she was a big adventurer. And then here we go. So again, this wasn't necessarily clarified. Of course, a lot of us thought that was the case, but we see that Odin, he did briefly return to Wano. Man, and remember this, he comes to Wano. It is currently being ruled and dominated by the fucking evil, like the place is being industrialized and all fucked up. When the guy's been away for like 4 years, he comes back and he's just like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I don't have time to like help my people. Like they're gonna murder my whole family soon. This place, it hadn't been colonized totally yet, I guess. So I guess there's a little bit of wiggle room. Like what's his face had been ruling for like a couple years, I think, at this point. Or maybe he hadn't even taken over yet. Maybe his dad was still in charge. Okay, whatever. I guess maybe that's not that bad. The bad stuff is what's to come, right? I forgot my cigarettes at the store. Got to go back. Yeah. So, okay, but clearly I mean, again, this doesn't necessarily confirm it because editors made this, but it seems like a pretty good bet. He ran into Wano, and he was only there for, like, it says for a couple of hours. He was there for 4 hours. He was on Wano, got in, got the rubbing, and got out. So, clearly it doesn't require that hard of a thing to do. So, we already saw that poneglyph in the basement of like, the castle where what's-his-face was locked up, or had been locked up for a long time. So, that's interesting. Yeah, okay. And the last one is Fishman Island. Now, see, this one I forgot, man, but it is true. It is true. We could see clearly the color difference, normal poneglyph and a darker red road poneglyph. There were two. There was the Joy Boy apology one that Robin famously read, where we first learned about the amazing, wonderful character known as Joy Boy, and the red Rio poneglyph that was there. And they found it. And there was Neptune. There you go. And somebody took it. It disappeared at some point. There you go. All right, so it was next to a regular poneglyph in the Sea Forest. That was the apology from Joy Boy. Okay. Present day. Ha ha ha. Present time. You get that reference? Pretty based. Bruh. All right. So here we go. Zoe, we've been there. Whole Cake Island, got it. Brooke got that fat etching, boy. And now we're talking about Wano in Kaido's possession, so it hasn't been clarified necessarily. It could have been stolen away, could have gone far away. Good job, Blanca. And you don't seem to understand. That's good stuff, man. Love that song. I am falling, I am fading. Man, that song's great. What a great show. What a great show. Serial Experiments Lane, baby. That's the one. Okay, you win. All right, so it's probably in Wano. There you go. Like, Kaido was kind of evasive about it, but probably because he didn't want Big Mom to steal and fuck off, you know? So we'll find out soon, hopefully. I mean, it's possible Kaido never found it. That is possible, you know? We just don't know. And because he did not clarify. He did not clarify exactly. All rise for the national anthem, indeed. Okay, and now, question mark. It was on Fishman Island 26 years ago, but not anymore. It was next to the Joy. There's Robin being based and Robin pilled. So where could it have gone? It is gone. It disappeared somewhere. The final poneglyph is hidden on one of the 3 other island mark on the log pose. This will be my raid fail. Hey, thanks for the sub, Jacketus. Thanks, buddy.
Easy money.
Thanks, dude. Okay, so basically, the Fishman Island one is the only one accountable for. So basically, very likely, Zoe done, a Whole Cake done, probably on Wano done, most likely, which leaves just one, which leaves very likely, one is hidden somewhere. So that's the one we now need to find. That's going to be probably the final leg of our actual adventure part of the story. So adventure piece. Adventure piece! It's time! It's not too late. We can still have adventure piece. The hunt for the final road poneglyph. Yes. Oh, yes, baby. And, okay, and here we go. It's clarified down here. Trust the plan! Adventure piece is coming back! And here we go. So, it must be somewhere unexplored by the Straw Hat Crew. Technically true. It could be buried in Alabasta. That is theoretically possible. It's not going to be, but it could be. Buried in Alabasta right next to Pluton. Canonically. Haha, something like that. Whitebeard had it, Marco just tells them where it is, lol. See, that would be embarrassing. It's on Little Garden. Yeah. It's on Little Garden, One Piece over. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it must be somewhere unexplored, basically true. Is the final... Now, these are questions, all right? This is pure question. However, I think a lot of us are thinking some of the same thing. Right, hey, the Straw Hats technically never needed to go to Fishman Island, right? I mean, again, they didn't need to because Oda came up with the idea of where Fishman Island would be. That was like a must visit, like later. All right, when it was first mentioned in fucking Arlong Park, like it was never a guarantee we would necessarily go there. We wanted to go there, you know. And so Oda made the story take us there. Some of these could be the same way. Bros, I cannot wait to return to Syrup Village for the final Poneglyph arc. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. What's this about Lane? What's this?
Lane, one of the most interesting, most highly...
Wait, let's observe this. I'm just curious what this is. What's my man saying?
Lane, one of the most interesting, most highly stylized anime series we have yet been able to bring you. We have been
PBS.
in search of this series for 2 years. We have been trying and trying and trying to convince the distributor to let us have a crack at it, but until now they were unwilling. Well, finally they have come through and allowed us to show this to you, and that means this is its first time ever on television in the United States of America. We are proud to be continuing that tradition here at KTEH of never seen before on American television anime series, and this one we think is very important because we believe it's one of the best of all the anime series we've found to date. We're really enjoying it. Hope you are as well, and we've got lots of great reasons for you to become a member of this public television station this evening in order that we can continue doing this extraordinary thing
I can support
bringing
that.
As a single
That's a good station right there.
Bringing world premiere, or U.S. premiere, I should say, anime series.
Look at that VHS he's holding. A VHS.
Here in the Silicon Valley. No one else in public television that we know of is doing this.
Public
TV. We are the
only
ones, and as the only ones, it means everything is more expensive to buy.
That was pretty based, man. That was pretty based indeed. That man is not fucking around right now. That's awesome, man. That's soul. That is soul right there. And he's right. That man clearly gets it. Or at least is reading a script of someone who gets it. Public education or public television, man. What do you know? All right, anyway, so we were saying, as someone said, yes, this is the man upon whose shoulders we stand upon. This is the giant upon whose shoulders we stand upon and act like we're the gods and act like we're the heroes. Yeah, he did have passion. He was speaking with passion, you know? Pretty impressive, man. All right. Oh, Grumpy G-san. Yeah, rest in peace. Do you guys ever watch Grumpy G-san's YouTube reviews? He was one of the OG, like, YouTube anime reviewers. And he was based. He was based. There's, like, some lady now who's, like, an old lady who reviews, like, JRPGs and, like, visual novels who, not that into her. She's all right. Grumpy G-san, that was my boy. That was my boy, man. His videos are still up. You go check them out. But, you know, getting a little old now. Okay, so, right. So it's somewhere unexplored. These are the options proposed by the editors of this thing as to where it could be. So, Full of Lead, the pirate island where Blackbeard has a HQ. And, I mean, Blackbeard has an HQ there. That's not a bad bet. You know, Blackbeard's got his eye on the prize in so many ways. Foxy's going to have it. Yep, that's for sure. All right, Vera, the once sunny town now plagued by coups, Vera, along from 400 years ago at the age I was trying to remember what this is from. I think this is the ship that fell from the sky in at the beginning of Jaya, right? Am I wrong? Can anybody else confirm that? Like, I was just looking at this, I was like, what does this look like it reminds me of? Was it found on Skypiea? Oh, right, you're talking about other stuff. Buggy has it. Buggy's gonna have it for sure. I think that this is that ship that was found that they excavated from underwater. I could be wrong about that, but like that's where my mind is going. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. One Piece Wiki Vera. Let's see. Mont Blanc Norland arrived at Vera when it was still a small town. Okay. 2 years ago, a coup d'etat incited by the Revolutionary Army occurred in Vera. Huh. Okay. Robin has a scene where she examined this. Right, but is that... And now the revolution has a base there. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, that's interesting that they would highlight that. You know, maybe something's going to happen there. I think, is she reading... She's reading Mont Blanc Norland's log, I think is what's going on here. Yeah, which I think is his actual log that Mont Blanc Cricket had. Okay, whatever. Anyway, doesn't really matter. And then the land of giants, Elbaf. This is the island home of the warriors of Elbaf, the most famous of giants. So there are other giants, but this is the most famous one, the Viking boys. There are more possibilities too. The world is vast with many obscure islands. Risky Red Island, which I don't remember. Raijin Island, which I think is that one covered in lightning that Uruj made sweet, sweet love upon. Miss Story Island, don't forget. Balloon Terminal, which I think is where Uruj was in the sky, I think. Yuki Ryu Island. Can't remember that one. Empty Bluffs Island, don't remember. Alpaline Island, don't remember that one either. Elbaf is a great name, man. So, I mean, again, they brought it up, Elbaf. I'll just say that I actually, this is one of my favorite things about One Piece, man. This is pure adventure piece right now. Just like, where will we go next? Oh my god, we've been so fucking shackled. So shackled by Wano, right? Oh god, we'll never undo the sin that is Nika. We'll never undo it. However, we can mitigate the damage. We can get away from the lore stuff. We can just, okay, Luffy's like literally Yonko power level now. Okay, whatever. Empty Bluffs is where Buggy was, at least before he became an emperor. Okay. Adventure, right? That's what I'm talking about. Elbaf, Vera, Full of Lead, all these other fucking places. Balloon Terminal, Witheria, based. Uruj, Bonnie, and Kuma arc will be based. Just you doubters wait. This stuff and just focus on the adventure. You know, I've said though that like, yeah, I mean, I just don't like it. I just don't like Nika. There was all the lore stuff. I also just kind of don't like the actual way that it changes how Luffy feels. He has this ultimate god power now. Okay, whatever. Let's not get into that right now. Let's keep moving. Let's keep sticking and moving. All right. One Piece deep. Just adventure, take me home. Country road, take me home to Adventure Piece where I belong. Civic, we just need more information about Nika. Like, the god thing might be literal or not. We just don't know. Okay, Rox, the taboo pirate. He aimed to become the king of the world. The worst taboo, Rox D. Zebek. So this is obviously the guy that's being set up as, like, the big bad at the end of One Piece. I think Blackbeard is just going to be his, like, spiritual inheritor. That is what I think. I think that he got his plans from Zebek in some way. Like, maybe he could just be some kid. Imagine if this, like, how, I mean, it kind of, Blackbeard might turn out to be more of the guy I always wanted Luffy to be than Luffy will be. Because Luffy now has a lot of Destiny piece going on behind him. But, like, imagine if Blackbeard is just some kid who discovered, like, the secret journal of Rox D. Zebek. And so he made it his mission in life to, like, go somewhere. Because he was like, this is destiny. I mean, in the good way, not the bad way. Like, I'm the chosen undead. I'm the random person of all these people who has stumbled upon this information. I will figure out, like, how to use this information to become king of the pirates and take over the world and stuff, you know? Whereas Luffy now is the fucking destiny's out the fucking ass. A little bit, right? It's not that bad yet. It's like, I feel like Oda felt that he had so much cover. Oda felt he had so much cover by being like, oh, Ace was the chosen one. Ace was Roger's son, and he died, right? I'm covered. Now that happened, I can do as much as I want with, like, Luffy being like, he actually got, like, all the stuff that Ace was meant to get, you know? But, and I think he's pushed it a little too far. Okay, whatever. Let's not dwell on that too much more. So, okay, Roger's strongest adversary, the mythical Rox, which is a dumb name. I hope something cool happens with that. Why is it called Rox? It's a stupid name, man. Roxasu. Roxas Bros. Formation on the pirate island full of lead. Okay, there you go. A bunch of powerful individuals. Okay, there you go. They came together. Kaido joins as a rookie. Big Mom was there. Whitebeard was on the crew. There he is. God Valley was erased from the annals of history. Okay, right. They had the war, the God Valley incident. Roger and Garp, they beat them up, these pirates, and the island got wiped off the map. Literally and, like, notation-wise, informationally, I think. Right? Emu and Zebek were introduced at the same time. Maybe they're much closer than... I mean, I really would not be surprised. I do feel absolutely that Emu was introduced as, like, part of the Rock's plan. I mean, is this even, like, I feel like everyone thinks this. It just seems super obvious that all these elements appeared at the same time. I feel that their product, their place in the story is going to be linked, you know, but we'll see. All right. So that was 38 years ago. Okay, so they beat him up. The crew collapsed. Okay, that's fine. They went their separate ways. Okay, so there was Rocks. He's a manlet. Lol, embarrassing. And there's all these big guys. There's Kinshiki. Oh, yeah, right. Kinshiki was on there, too. Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, and Kinshiki is here. All right, there you go. Kinshiki had that thing where he was introduced too early in the story. So Oda hasn't been able to give him all the big epic retcon powers that a guy of his status should have. Like, bro, Kinshiki is like up here with Whitebeard basically, and Luffy defeated him somehow. What? How? Like, he doesn't even have hockey because it was before hockey was like a big thing in the story. That's nuts. Where does it really make sense that, like, I don't know, what is that, like Thriller Bark tier Luffy would be able to beat him? Not canon. Well, okay, you know what? I guess that's true. I guess it's not canon that Luffy ever fought him, but he did exist. It's soft canon, right? It's soft canon. Like, maybe something like that kind of happened, but the events of that story are probably not exactly literal, if they did happen at all. I feel like Kinshiki did appear, and he did job, and Luffy may have been the one to do it, and we're just not going to, like, bring up the details of exactly how. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Why are we looking at Kenpachi? Yeah, you're right there, Ixir. He's so angry. Okay, whatever. Kaido, Big Mom, whatever. They were on the crew. There you go. Kaido's Devil Fruit has deep ties to the God Valley incident. Now, see, this is kind of interesting. On that day, rocks fell into ruin at God Valley. I gave you that mythical model of the fish fruit. You owe me for life, Kaido. That's pretty interesting. Like, yeah, we talked about this, of course. On that day, when the God Valley stuff happened, that's when Kaido was given the fruit. Why? Why? See, it's details like that that make you... I mean, it feels like not only is, like, Big Mom and Kaido not, like, dead, or that we're gonna, like, get more of their backstory in relation to, like, just the Rocks flashback stuff. It feels like there's still more to be done with that. Like, why was that fruit so important? Because it really wasn't that important in the grand scheme of things. So, like, why highlight in this way? Why show that it was specifically given on the day that the Rocks crew fell? You know, that's an interesting, notable detail. Okay, anyway, so moving on, there was a couple other guys, like Captain John or something. No, not Captain John. Silver Axe. Oh, I guess this guy is Captain John. Okay, there he is. All right, whatever. Moving on. The one who uses Zebek's name. Okay, so they're drawing attention to it here. Onto the ship, and they point out, see, what we noticed years ago, they point out that his ship is called the Saber of Zebek. And Rox's name is Zebek D. Rox. So there you go. Something's going on there. Okay. In fact, here's a twist. Maybe Blackbeard's name isn't even, like, he wasn't born with the D. Maybe he gave himself the D name. I mean, it's just a name. You know, anyone could have it. Maybe Blackbeard, the ultimate self-made man, the true hero of One Piece, the true ANCAP, libertarian, sovereign citizen god who don't take no shit from nobody. I will not stop. I mean, that's not even, like, a bad theory, I don't think. Although, I mean, are there other Ds who, like, kind of don't fit the... No, all the other Ds kind of do fit the thing so far. Whitebeard line would be even more depressing. Why? Why would that be more depressing? He's like, you don't fit. Well, it would be depressing if we make the D too much of a Destiny thing, because I don't like it. I've really never liked that. Honestly, since I first learned about, like, the gold D Roger being like, and there was like a connection to Luffy, I was like, okay, I was like 12 when I first learned of that. I was like, huh, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where that goes. But the more information has come out, the more I've been like, I don't know if I like where this is going. I don't know if I like that there's a specific clan of people that oppose the guy, like in what, like a literal sense, a metaphorical sense? I've really never been into it since like he began to extrapolate on what it actually means. But hey, man, whatever. All right, we're done with all that. We've recapped the information, so here's the stuff. Yeah, since Drum Island. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie. I was like 12 when I first heard that. I'm sure I was into that. I also liked Final Fantasy VII Advent Children the first time I saw it, and was a huge fan and bought like 5 different copies of it for my PSP and the complete edition because I was a fool and I hadn't turned on my brain yet, you know. But now I have it on. Isn't it just a quote? We have no idea what it means. Qualification thing. Lots of people with the D are dead. I mean, yeah. So, but it, still, like, why even get into that? You know, just like, why did Roger say, "Let anyone seek my treasure. I left it all in that place." You know, like if you needed a D, he should have said, "By the way, only do this if you have a D in your name because there's a specific prophecy and they oppose their blah blah blah." Like that's cringe, bro. That's cringe. Not into that. Turn off that critical thinking. Okay, here we go. All right, Wano sketches, baby. Wano sketches. Okay, these are fine. You know, honestly, these don't really do that much for me. That's fine. Raid outfit sketches. Okay, cool. Cool. There's Sanji with a little bit of a different design. He's got like a tie on. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. He did do that to create the pirate era. But just like substantively, I like it more that it's like anyone can do it, you know, like literally anyone. If you find the will and you have the, you know, you have the will, you know, I like that idea. Do I think the D clan thing is the worst thing in the world? No, I don't. No, I don't. I would have preferred to not have it if it's like a Destiny kind of thing, like only this clan could do this thing. I think that's kind of cringe, but whatever. Anyway, was that Nami? I guess it's Nami. It's hard to tell in black and white. There's Luffy and Tama. There's Momonosuke. I've taken a liking to you. I want you to be my consorts. How much? Oh my god, Nami was going to do it. Did she actually say that? Nami, no. You don't know what they're going to do with this, Nami. Please. The Dojins are already absolutely wild. Okay, we made a promise, right, Kinemon? What's going on here? Nami will find herself playing a kunoichi, but she's a true version of her kimono. True vision in her kimono. She is a true vision, right. A drafted exchange between her and Momonosuke is also included, that they rightfully cut non-canon prostitution. There you go. Looks like Kid over here. Kinemon, Laws over here. Okay, there you go. There's Gigante Fleur sketches. Okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, wow, me too. How could they sleep at a time like this? Plan. I'm at my best after a nap. Okay, whatever. They're just planned little interactions, I think some of which were cut. Oh, right. So this is a different, like, plan. The iconic scene where the 3 captains of the... See, don't call it iconic. Well, it's not Oda calling it iconic. It's like the marketing team calling it iconic. Like, I don't know. Like, look at this iconic panel. Totally crammed with, like, fucking reactions and, like, 3 close-ups. It's pretty good, but, like, let's not get carried away here. Could have been a lot more artfully rendered, if you ask me. Okay, but whatever. It's not that bad. Okay, so they would have had maybe... The 3 captains of the worst generation swoop in to save Kinemon and the others was only devised after several concept scenarios were abandoned. Okay, that's fine. Okay, here you go. We got my favorite 2 bros. There's Kiku and what's his fucking name? God damn it. Izo, my favorite dead dude. All right, so we have the stunning siblings of Wano. It seems the plan was always to introduce Kiku no Kojo into the story as the unassuming Lady Okiku. Okay, so they were always going to be fucking, are they men? Rutro Kinemon, there you go. All right. So, Wano's 7 scoundrels became the 9 red scabbards. The 7 scoundrels. Oh, okay, so that must have been a Seven Samurai reference, right? And I've always wondered, what's the deal with the 9 thing? Why the number 9 of all possible numbers, you know? Because not all of them were necessary to the plot. I think you could have cut 2 pretty easily. I mean, for one, I mean, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you could cut fucking, again, I don't dislike him, but like, why not just do the 7 thing? Because that's the iconic number, you know? Cut fucking Kappa Man. Again, I like him, but I'm just saying. And I mean, you fucking could cut Kiku. There you go. Male, as clearly stated. I don't know, man. Like, why? Oh, now that 2 have died, they are 7. Oh, maybe the 7 samurai thing is going to come now. And they're going to join the crew. And they're going to, what's their crew position going to be? The 7 samurai on the crew. Very excited for that. Okay, that's great. Can't wait for them all to join. There are 7 now. That is kind of interesting, actually. I wonder if he's going to do something with that. Probably not. Their time has ended in the story. Okay, so, and this guy was going to be 1 originally. So, fucking Hitetsu. Huh. Okay, so clearly Hitetsu was, I mean, very likely not going to be. Yeah, they could all 7 of them can drive the ship because that's a crucial role. We need at least 7 people to do that, you know? Well, I mean, yeah. So I guess I've always thought it was a little silly that like Raizo is definitely not a samurai, you know? Maybe because there are 9 main ingredients for Odin. For Odin. Hey, there's an idea. That's interesting. I would like that if that was it. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, whatever. There's people. I don't really care, frankly. Okay, there's old characters, new characters, whatever. Old designs of people. Raizo, Kinemon. You know, honestly, like, these things are, like, kind of cool. But I'm really not that into them. Just, I don't get a lot out of them unless there's, like, a lore thing of interest. Like, here was an early design of Odin, poneglyphs. So he planned him. Okay, as soon as Odin was conceptualized, the idea seemed to be that, like, the Kozugis were going to be deeply related to, you know, to poneglyph stuff. At least as time went on. Unification. Father becomes shogun 9 years ago. Momonosuke born 8 years ago. War started 2 years ago. Father age 62 commits seppuku. Mother age 30. Huh? It'll come together one day. The history of this country. Retainer Kat Mamushi, fellow samurai. Okay, so this is just like a plan for how to do it. Okay, that's fine. There's Odin looking like he looks now with his silly hat. Or rather, not his silly hat. Tricorn bros, we're still punished. Fuck you. Bring back the tricorn. Why is the tricorn not here, Oda? You can't hide it from me. I know it's here. I'm pretty sure Oda said 7 Samurai was one of his favorite movies. Man, I've had that downloaded forever. I still haven't watched it. I gotta do it. Okay, there you go. So, there you go. He's a samurai. He's a pretty cool guy. There you go. He was refined. We were refined many times, as shown in the concept notes. Oh, the manner in which he spoke was refined. Okay, that's fine. Maybe Momo was originally meant to be sent alone into the future. Samurai Jack style. We kind of did get a Samurai Jack thing with Momonosuke, honestly. Okay, whatever. He talked different, whatever. Okay, Momonosuke looks cool. He does look like Odin, same eyebrows. I like the long hair. He looks really cool. Yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about adult Momonosuke. He looks great. 8-year-old turned 28, and that's a sacrifice. You know, like, it's like Wano was too bloated with stuff. Way too bloated with all kinds of stuff. But, like, if you strip away those elements, and, like, maybe on reread, this is going to be much better, you know. Just the stuff about Momo, I pretty much liked the entire time. The stuff that actually has the red scabbards, I pretty much like everything. Momo does look better than his dad. I've, like, never liked his hat thing. I don't know what the deal is. Is he like the pot to a lid? I think it looks dumb. I don't know. Act 2 dragged on too long. Let me introduce you to Act 3, my man. Oh, let's take bets. Is Oda going to ever address Act 3 ending? Or is he just going to pretend it's not a thing anymore? What was even the deal? Why did it not end already? Lord. Okay, anyway. Fucking whatever. Samurai guys. Okay, here's the samurai guy who made Zoro's swords. There you go. Shimotsuki Kozaburo. There he is. Momo went from one of the worst characters to one of my favorites. Waiting for Act 4 and 5, bro. When the raid fails, Kaido and Big Mom fuse into one lava monster. It's gonna be great. I'm real excited. The rest of One Piece is Act 3. That's for sure. Which one's Hattori Hanzo? One of these boys. The extremely elusive samurai of Wano. Okay. Shimotsu. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Swordsmith. Okay, who really cares? These details look not that interesting. Okay, all right. There's Zoro related guy. There's that one guy. Okay, there you go. Tempura Ushimaru. There you go. And we're done. So we're at the end here. And load poneglyph. Let's. All right, everybody, time to bust a load poneglyph here. We've gone with load poneglyph over the familiar road poneglyph here. We concluded that load is probably the intent based on the name of Lodestar Island. How do we really know that, though? You know, I don't think we know that. Like, they could have. I guess it was never clarified, and they say that it's ambiguous. And, you know, to be fair, I like TCB. I like their clarifications here at the end, because they're very, like, yeah, we don't really know one way or another for sure. And I will forever thank them for their translation of two-piece. Big Mom's two-piece. You know what I'm talking about. You know. Yeah, so, I mean, they are like a path. They are like a road, but it also could be load. I don't know. Again, like Rogue Town was a thing too. We now know it is Logue Town, which sounds way worse, so I might just call Rogue Town because it sounds better, but it is Logue Town. He did clarify that eventually, so fair enough. Load means guide or path. Lead, okay. I mean, guide or path. Does a road not do that same thing? I'm just saying. Roger was a rogue, bros! We've got a feed coming directly from Oda, directly from Oda's brain. We've got an exclusive. We're reading Oda's mind here live on Talking Pirates. Are you ready? Here it is.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Confirmed. He is the Joker, baby. He's a madman. Thank you, Oda, for this wonderful clarification. All right. Actually, he didn't clarify, but whatever. Okay. It's impossible to be 100% certain. Okay, there you go. Shueisha decided to call this very booklet The Road to Laugh Tale. So road bros. Okay, but again, what I love about this is why I love reading fansubbers. I don't feel the need to treat the words of these guys as gospel. We can literally just make up whatever we want it to be in our heads. Because these guys, they're saying it's not certain. We don't know. So call them the road poneglyphs. No one could prove you wrong. It's wide open. It is totally ambiguous, you know? And maybe it's supposed to be. Who really knows? It turned out to be with Raftel, you know? So, yeah, Dodo is Lodestar and Dodo is Road Poneglyph. It's the same. Yeah, it's just exactly the same. There's no way to know which is which. Because, I mean, it's phonetic. It's a phonetic thing, you know? Call them Rogue Poneglyphs. Yeah, there you go. Do you think Rogue port from Paper Mario RPG, The Crystal Stars, is based on Logue Town? I mean, that seems like a stretch. It's probably more just based on the many port towns throughout various fiction, and maybe that's one of them, you know? Because it's not like Logue Town got, like, that fleshed out. I mean, what about basing it on, like, I don't know, like Pirates of the Caribbean? Bug Fables is on sale. Actually, you know what? Do I still have Bug Fables on my screen? Hang on, I'm going to see if I still have it installed. One sec. Do I have Bug Fables? I do. I have Bug Fables installed right now on my computer, and I've been meaning to play it for years. I just never got around to it. I do love Paper Mario deeply. I do love it. Okay, anyway, so I just want to finish my point. I love fan subs. I don't even if like I had like literally perfect it'll never be perfect. That's the nature. It's supposed to be ambiguous. Like what people are going to do. Here's the conundrum. There's going to be a question that like official translators need to wonder as they make like updated versions of One Piece later on. How are they going to translate Rafutere? Like when you get to when we meet like Crocus and stuff. And we first learned about the existence of that island. Like I would translate it Raftel. Because it's explicitly clear that in the story, it's supposed to be ambiguous. That's why it's clarified later in chapter, whatever, 1015 or whatever it is, you know? So, like, you have to actually kind of translate it wrong to preserve the intent of the story. And, like, an official translator has to worry about that. With a fan translator here, you don't need to take them seriously, and I like that. Look, obviously, just reading it in the original Japanese is ideal. This is the main reason I am learning Japanese, among other reasons, you know. But this is the thing I do every week that involves Japanese specifically. I like to translate things. I like to refer to source material. I want to be able to consume more media in its original native language, you know. So that's all good stuff. But in the meantime, I will continue. And for everybody who's not out there like committing to learning Japanese stuff, like fan subs are a vital thing that I absolutely love, and they're based, and everyone should read them. There you go. Fuck official scans. Like, they're a fine resource among many, but I don't put them above other stuff. Nate's gonna be in shambles when Uluge's name is retcon. No, Uluge bros, please.
Easy money.
To you I say,
Shut up, bitch.
there you go. All right, there you go. So Lodestar Island, blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. We're done, everybody. That's it. We're done. Speculation YouTubers revving up their video editing software to make this 2-hour stream talking about nothing right now. Nah, give myself a break here. I can talk about an SBS for 2 hours, Horny Jones, indeed. All right, guys, well, we're done. We just finished. I think I'm just going to go immediately because I am tired, and there's likely to be another one of these next week, so we will do another one. There will be more information. We will parse it all. We'll see what's going on, and hopefully things get just more new and different as we go. And I kind of hope that we fucking that we get some straight up break weeks, and that they don't just like stretch out this information so that I can do SBS episodes. I would just like to. So just for my personal benefit, that'd be nice. If not, hey, that's okay. We'll do what we got to do. Sanchez is saying, honestly, road poneglyph makes less sense since poneglyph is this string. Okay, that's history. No, honji. No, honbu. Meaning historical text, and a road poneglyph text makes less sense since that's a historical text that points to something. I'm not really seeing much distinction there. Like, load does mean like indicator of the location of something. Again, I see the clear path there, but also, I mean, road, it's not hard to imagine. It's also pretty clear. Again, you can choose whichever one you want. I'm probably going to go back and forth for a while, but I'm just used to saying road poneglyph, so... I don't feel that like breaks the lore. They work pretty similar. A road is pretty similar into a finding path, lodestar kind of thing, so not too much to stress about, in my humble opinion. All right, everybody, I'm done. Talking Pirates is done for the week. We will be back streaming on Sunday with our Kingdom Hearts stream. I'm back, baby, so we're doing that shit. We're getting very close to the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, my favorite game of all time. And we're getting close to those final battles. Just imagine it. Just imagine the coom, the epic cooming that will happen when we beat man-sex. Oh, and we're close. Next time we're doing, what's happening next? Next we fight, oh shit, what is it? I will inquire you about your lifts. Oh, how's this for a lift? I fucking jerked my back in a not so great way doing a shoulder lift today. Ooh, it was not so good. Oh yeah, we have to decide who won. You're absolutely right, J-Cube0. Okay, we will do that. Yep, we're not quite done yet, boys. We are not done yet. Here we go. Oh yeah, Soritos. Thank you, Julius. Thank you. That's what we need. Okay, here we go. Everybody, the time has come. Oh, Takuto missed the vote. You're here after half an hour. You miss it. Okay, let's see what we got. Here comes the vote. In a stunning turn of events, we have Goda at a lowly 11% and Hakta at 89%. My goodness. That's pretty impressive. All right, Goda is in shambles right now. Hakta is absolutely thriving. Okay, so, what's going to be? The lowly Goda or the big Chad Hakta? All right, easy Goda. Is it an easy Goda? Well, listen. Hey, man. I'm sorry. Oda, you're taking a vacation? That's what you're doing right now? My actual property, Oda, who owes me weekly chapters of One Piece? Who owes me content contractually? That's an easy Yoda right there, yeah. I don't know. Hey, can we get some votes in the chat? Goda or Hakta? All right, vote. Vote in the chat right now. Let's see Godas. Let's see Haktas. What do the people think? Did Goda tide you over? Were you sated with this amount of information? These little hints, these little foreshadowing. Are we getting Hakta? Loda? Could it be? How else could Oda guest star in the stream in 2 weeks? There you go. I'm seeing some BGE pilled individuals right there. Very good. Excellent. Rhoda. Is it Rhoda or Loda? We'll never know. All right, everybody. We should have put Rhoda in there, or Loda. In fact, it's really a vote between Loda or Rhoda. All right. Hey man, you know what? I think you know, Goda fucked off a little bit. Hacta's climbing. It's time to dump. Goda fucked off. He's got no time for me. I got no time for you. It's Hacta, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, where's my sound? Where's my sound? There we go. Go to hell, Hacta.
Easy money.
Oh, and the Hactas have it. The Godas, they never had a chance. Hacta, you win this round. Godas have been sitting way too pretty. Have been too high in their frickin' castles, and they had to be brought down. They had to be brought. You're ruined. Gambling is fun, guys. Gambling is fun. We need more YouTube vids. Hey, I'm working on getting them, you know. I'm sorry they're taking so long, but they will come. They will come. Faster than you think. All right. Oh, Future Mech said, oh, I missed this. 2 months already. Wow. I didn't even see when you said before. Thanks, buddy. All right, everybody. Buy the dip. Hey, now it's time. Next week, will it be Hacta? Will it be Goda? I will go get to work on various things. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Again, we don't know for sure that there will be like volume 2 of the road to Laugh Tale or whatever. But I'll be back either way. So come out here. We'll see if there's new lore. If not, we'll do SBS stuff, and you will get to learn. You will get to learn the secret truth about what's going on in this video right here. You will get to learn the secretest of truths. All right. So I'll see you there. Hey, come back next week for more gambling and capitalism. Come on the stream and come hang out with everybody. And we'll have a very lovely time. All right, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.